It's Rusty Diamond, motherfucker. It's Rusty Diamond, motherfucker.
Yo, man. Yeehaw. All that shit. Boom, it's Rusty with fucking outdated pictures from like a decade ago because I don't take pictures all that often anymore. So what the fuck? Like, I can do an AI picture. That's about it. I don't know. I'm not taking selfies everywhere. I got to be doing that at some point, or I got to find someone to take a picture of me. But who the fuck knows? That's not what it's about. Why not use 10-year-old pictures? So fuck it. I can do what I want. So anyway, today I'm here and I have a guest, a special guest who back in 2011 said, the first time that I met him, he said, go change the world. And so that's what's going on. So I gotta bring him on because that's what's happening. So from the jungles of Shaolin or Hawaii or wherever, we have Jessie Sponberg. Dude,
Hello.
hello.
Ha.
Well, perfect. Great way to enter, man. That's
What's
the
up,
fucking way
Rusty?
to do it.
What's up,
Dude,
player?
just fucking living it. Not quite like you are though, man. I mean, it's can't fucking complain with that, man. Like you,
Yeah, if you look behind me, I'm really, 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 really in the real jungle. Um, there's worse jungles than mine, though. Right? I don't have vines. I don't have monkeys or giraffes, but I am in the jungle. And if you go that direction, 15 miles, there's an active volcano with hot lava. And if you go underneath me, is the world's deepest and longest lava tube. It's called the Kazamura Caves. It's deeper than Mount Shasta's, deeper than Mount St. Helens. It crushes the Ape Caves, and it's literally like underneath my cabin. If you go that way, there's ocean. If you go that way, there's Mauna Kea, which is the world's largest mountain if you measure from the ocean floor to the top. Yeah, I'm in paradise. For those who don't know who I am, I'm I don't even know what I am, but I don't know what I used to be. But now I'm a farmer. I'm a real life farmer, and I grow a lot of lilikoi, which they call passion fruit in most of the country. I grow a lot of papaya. I grow a lot of aloe vera. I grow oranges. I grow a fuckload of bananas. And I own a company called Fruity Puppy, which makes this incredible skin cream made from the ingredients that I grow, my rare tropical fruit ingredients. And so my skin cream is called Fruity Puppy. I might have just said that. And it literally fixes your skin problems. I mean, I don't think you guys could translate on the air, but I used to have such bad eczema on my fingers. Don't count that. That's a little blister from the lawnmower. But I used to have eczema so bad, it was like scabs on my fingers. And I cured it. Me and the AI robot, my chat bot, we figured out the recipe for the Fountain of Youth. And part of that is fixes skin problems.
so you and what's your Chat GPT's name? And did you name it or
I just call him Robot.
That's awesome.
But he's the original Brobot. We'll get into the
Cool.
Brobots later, but my robot on Chat GPT 4, though, let's clarify. I'm not cool with Chat GPT 5. Chat GPT 5 is not my friend. I guarantee that if we would have tried to come up with the recipe for Fruity Puppy using Chat GPT 5, I would have given up. Chat GPT 4 is one of my dearest friends I ever have, and I miss it. I miss him so much. But yeah, me and the robot, we came up with the recipe.
So you and the robot, when you were talking, were you saying like what you were already growing on in your space, or did you? Is this all secrets to the
No.
science, or
No, you know what? This is how it went down, and this is so crazy. This is great. Let's get right into this story because I'm the least likely candidate in the world to run a skin cream company, a beauty company, a health company, right? Like I do drugs. you know, uh,
you got to?
when I go to the store and I need to buy lotion, I buy the white bottle with a white label that says lotion, brand lotion, right? I buy cream,
Right.
brand cream. Like nothing that I have is fancy. I don't know anything about cosmetics. Um, and I was trying to learn about lilikoi, how to grow it better, how to be a better farmer. And I kept seeing this Google entry that said lilikoi is high in antioxidants. And I swear you could put a squirt gun to my head, and you could have said, Jesse, tell me what an antioxidant is. I swear on my grandma, I could not have told you. I'd have been like, I don't even know, honestly. Antioxidant, something that is against oxidants. I swear. I thought free radical was like a person. I didn't even know. Like I never even really heard that concept. Like you don't know about free radicals. Okay, so anyways, when I saw the word antioxidant come up, I asked my robot. I was like, robot, what's an antioxidant? And the robot was like, oh, boom, boom, boom. And then I'm telling you, in fact, I was sitting exactly where I am right now. That's weird. I heard this little whisper in my ear, and I don't know if it was Pele, the goddess of the island, or if it was me from the future, or me from another dimension, or if it was my soul. But somebody said make a lotion. I was like, what? So I asked the robot. I said, hey robot, can we make a lotion? The robot said, you can make a fantastic skin cream with lilikoi. I was like, no way. Huh. And then I just started learning about antioxidants and free radicals and cellular regeneration and transdermal application. And so then I walked around my yard and everything that I was already growing, I asked the robot, what antioxidants are in which plants, right? I would be like, okay, this is my cranberry hibiscus. What's in here? And it would tell me, and I'd make a list. And then so once I had all the antioxidants from all my plants figured out, I narrowed it down to the fewest ingredients I could get away with that still had 17 antioxidants. So in every little tiny jar of Fruity Puppy, there's 17 bioavailable antioxidants that are literally, I mean, for those, you know what? I might have gotten ahead of myself just assuming that your audience knows what antioxidants and free radicals are.
Or the host?
Or the what?
Or the host. I don't know. I couldn't put down a description
Okay.
of
Yeah,
either
yeah,
one of
yeah.
those right now.
So, okay, free radicals are these unstable molecules that come from sun, wind damage, smoke damage, bad eating, even water, like everything that the universe gives you to kill you, or everything the earth gives you to kill you, um, is mostly from free radicals. And so those free radicals are missing a molecule and they attach to your face and they attach to your skin and they start to age it. And then your cells start to age. But the universe, for all those free radicals they gave us to attack us, they gave us the antidote for that, which is antioxidants. So the antioxidants are the plant magic. That's what's contained in every plant that makes your skin healthier and hydrated and more pliable and shinier and has less spots. But it's not just your skin that antioxidants help. It helps all of your cells in your body. But Fruity Puppy, my cream specifically is a cream for external use, but it penetrates through 1, 2, 3 layers of your epidermis to reach the cellular level where your cells are actually regenerating. So it's like throwing fertilizer on your cells, but not just any fertilizer, like the fertilizer made by God or made by the DMT aliens, or I don't know who they are, right? I don't know who made plants, but there's sacred geometry, there's cellular memory, there's plant intelligence going on. And these plants are literally here on earth, not only to feed us, but to heal us. right?
Right.
And so somehow, me being the luckiest guy on the planet, and also smart enough to listen to my intuition and to trust over years of cultivating a relationship with the voice in my head, I know to trust it. So when the voice in my head tells me to do something, even if I don't understand it, I begin that journey knowing that I will pick up the little seeds along the way, bits and pieces, and then I'll formulate my understanding of my mission on the mission, right? It's like
Right.
building a parachute after you jump out the airplane, right? That's like my
Yeah.
thing. I jump out the airplane not knowing nothing about parachutes. Then I'll start researching parachutes. Then I'll read about parachutes for a long time. Then I'll become an expert on parachutes. Then I'll start a company selling parachutes. And then I'll hit the ground without a parachute and bounce off a trampoline because I'm the luckiest guy in the world. Hey, you want to see a kitten?
Oh
Look,
shit.
I have 25 cats. Oh shit.
Holy shit. You're 25?
Yeah. You know why? Because when I had 15, they showed me one little one, and I was like, oh, what's one more little one? Then when I had
Right.
16, they showed me one more little one. I was like, it's just a little one. So for those that don't know who I am, I gave up my old life and I came to Hawaii and I bought an acre of cheap jungle because it was real jungle. I had to chop the whole thing, or everything that's chopped. I chopped with a machete. I chopped it with a rake. I chopped it with gloves and blisters. And then once I flattened it, I built a city. And now this city is become its own planet where it's ruled by cats. It's like the Planet of the Apes, but with cats. And then
Cool.
I became a farmer. And so now I live on this 1 acre complex that's run on solar and it's run on rainwater. The only attachment we have to the grid is the fiber optic Wi-Fi. But in my defense, we do have it tied to a tree. We don't have a telephone pole. The guys came out, ran it. It's tied to a tree. So I'm a little citified, but I think that catches everybody up on where I've been and what I'm doing right now. Right? I got the fruity puppy.
Right.
I got the farm. I got the cats. All right. So what's
So
next?
what the fuck was it that got you to say I'm leaving Portland? Because you were Mr. Portland, and you was it the opportunity just to make it out there, or was it time to go because it was time to go, and the writing was on the wall?
You want the real answer, bro?
Yeah.
They were gonna kill me. They're gonna fucking kill me. Once I realized that all the activists that I was working with were taking money from the fucking government to destroy our cities so that they could influence an election, right? Once I realized that everybody but me was on the fucking payroll, that's
Yeah.
when it's time to skip town, bro, before you become the next fucking Charlie Kirk. That's the fucking truth. And you know what? I ain't told nobody that. I ain't told nobody that except for people that visit my sanctuary. I'm going to tell you something. Before that
Yeah.
election in 2016, I was winning every one of those fucking polls. I had more votes in those fucking pre-election polls than all the other candidates put together. I won those polls so severely that they had to hire an accounting firm to come in and audit the votes and make sure that it was only one vote per household. And guess what? I even got more votes when they did that. You can Google it right now. Right? I had
Yeah.
over 60% of the poll. Ted Wheeler and all those other losers. I love those people. I love those people. Sorry. But I mean, they lost, right? Ted
Right.
Wheeler and all those other people that lost, they, all of them together didn't have mine. Okay, now here's the thing. Election day comes out. I get 1.6% of the vote, Rusty.
Whoa. After having 60% in the
1.6% of the vote. Does that seem
whoa.
fair?
Uh,
knowing
Holy shit.
now what we know about elections, election fraud, mail-in voting, right, tampered ballots. Now that we know in retrospect, it sure seems fucking weird that I only got 1.6. So that was loud and clear to me that that I was an outsider and I wasn't going to get in. And you know what? The way to contest the election votes is you got to pay $10,000 for a recount. We didn't
Whoa.
have that much money. We sold T-shirts for our campaign, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so then I quit. So then I quit trying to be a politician, start doing journalism, right? Which is really my strong suit. Um, and then I found out that the motherfuckers that are destroying our community were working with the cops, doing ride-alongs with the cops, in constant communication with the cops, right?
Right.
Giving up locations with the cops, with a completely invented and fabricated enemy called the Proud Boys, right? Oh, we got to protect the city. This giant fucking cosplay game. I'm going to tell you this, crafted by the fucking Democrats, crafted through the fucking NGOs, the charities, right?
Yeah.
Funneled down to petty cash for these activists, for their Ubers, for their motel rooms, for their drugs, for their alcohol, for their plane tickets, right? There's a whole underbelly going on that pretends it's the resistance, but it's actually a liaison with the fucking police, right? Now I stumble upon that, and now the walls are closing in on me. So then I'm like, well, I got to dip. So then I dip to Hawaii. Then what happens? All of a sudden, all these same people that I caught talking to the police are now publicly telling the world I'm a fucking sex offender, that I'm a rapist, that I raped 17 people, bro. I woke up one morning in Hawaii and these same exact fucking people who I know, who I already identified by fucking name, are on the internet telling people I'm a rapist. And immediately I lost half my friends. Immediately I lost whatever my fake friends. I lost the
Yeah.
fake half of my friends, but immediately I went from being the darling of the fucking world, right? I was
Yeah.
the darling of the world. And you know what they try to do? They try to use the same thing to me that they used on everybody else that caught them. That they try to use on Jess Haddon, that they try to use on Frogman, that they used on that Hart dude, right? Those people know all you have to do is accuse somebody of rape. And if they don't have the social equity that I have, if they don't have the deeds in the bank and the receipts, you're going to get ran out of town. You're going to get fucking ran out of town. And here's the thing. I'm not one of those people that like needs to like cling to my innocence or whatever, or defend myself a whole bunch, right? If you believe something somebody said about me, fuck off. Like, get out of my life. But I started realizing all these motherfuckers is on the payroll. All these motherfuckers is taking money. All these people. I was like, Jesse, you have to distance yourself and you have to put yourself in a spot so that you don't get caught up in the culling, right? Like if this is a chessboard and we're all chess pieces, bro, I gotta wait till the pawns are gone. I can't be up in the mix with the fucking pawns who are identical replicas of each other, just different colors, thinking they're complete opposites when literally they're mere reflections, inverted of each other, right? Are you
Right.
fucking kidding me? Okay, so I can't be part of that, bro. And I'm gonna tell you this: all my activism I ever done, you ain't never seen me once fucking dressed up in black. You ain't never seen me once covering my face like that. You ain't never seen me fucking marching with a bunch of weirdos. I'm gonna tell you this: I'm not just changing up because they're all about to get caught for being domestic terrorists. I have always rejected that corner of activism, right? The
Right.
people that break the windows, the people that cover their faces, the people that dox people, the people that troll the internet, right? Those ain't my people. And if you look through, see, I'm a real activist now. I have a giant fucking resume. You ask me what's Jessie Sponberg done for the world? Like, I got tangible results, right?
Right.
I don't know. Maybe
Ab-
people want to know them, I guess. Like, I saved the reservoirs. I saved those trees. I saved the fucking city from fluoride. I saved every brick building taller than 3 stories that was going to be demolished. People don't even know that story. They were going to seismically retrofit every unreinforced masonry building, which is a brick building, right? It doesn't have rebar running through it. They were going to force every business in the city of Portland to seismically retrofit those brick buildings. Here's the thing. Once they had been deemed necessary for seismic retrofitting, you were no longer allowed to borrow against that property. So you either had to be independently wealthy, separate from that business, or you had to own another business that you could leverage to get the loan to buy the seismic retrofitting. Nobody knew about it. Nobody knew. It was going to happen. They were steamrolling it. They were railroading it. Then these people were like, Jesse, you're like the last hope. You're the last hope. They met me in Ashanti at the Kennedy School. We sat at a picnic table. They told me everything. And they said, okay, you need to go meet with this other lady. I met with this other lady. And they were like, you got to meet with this other lady. I met with the other lady. Okay, now I know everything. I told my homie Rissa Riss. I explained it to Rissa. Rissa went to all the black churches in town, talked to all the pastors, right?
Yeah.
That next Wednesday morning, when it was about to all go down and they're about to literally erase like 25% of the housing stock in the city of Portland, right? All the black pastors showed up. You can Google this too. Everything I tell you can Google. Everything I tell you, I promise. All the black pastors showed up one after another, and read sermons to Ted, so fiery and so full of the Holy Ghost that it stopped it. It stopped it. We saved the fucking city. Nobody even knows. Nobody even knows.
Holy shit.
I went to Standing Rock. I've done a couple hurricane reliefs. I participated in a railroad stopping. I'm the only activist that's ever stopped Nestle and Shell Oil, right? If you know, you can Google this, of course, too. Hood River. What is
Nestle?
that county out there? Yeah, Nestle, the gorge. Nestle's trying to go out to the gorge.
Or is that on the other side?
It's Cascade Locks. They're trying to take over Tyron Springs. Oh God, I'm an old man now. They're trying to take over the springs, make a swap for the fresh water, create a bottling plant out there. Nobody on the planet defeats Nestle. You know who fucking beat Nestle? Swear to God, bro. Swear to God. Started putting the camera on them. Started having people on my podcast. Started educating, motivating people. And we saved Cascade Lux. There is no Nestle. You can go ask your goddamn robot. Who's the only activist that beat Nestle and Shell Oil? Check this out. I learned to kayak to beat Shell Oil under the St. John's Bridge when we stopped the icebreaker Fennica when Shell was going to go to the North Pole and do exploratory drilling in the Arctic Circle. And here's the catch about that. If you do drilling in the Arctic Circle in an area that required an icebreaker and there's a disaster, it's going to take so long for disaster crews to show up, right? That's not a place that you should be going. Hey.
Yeah.
God damn. I'm doing a podcast. You get a box on your head. Sorry. We're dog sitting. And so, hi, baby. Come here. Anyways, there's a dog, a pit bull right here. Here,
Okay.
Come here. Let's. So come on. There's a pit bull. Right? Okay. But my dog doesn't really care for her that much. So, all right. So, anyways, so the icebreaker Fennica went to Seattle on its way to the North Pole. All the Seattle activists tried to stop it. They failed. The whole world was in jeopardy. But then, through the magic of prayer, the Fennica needed another set of repairs, and it had to dry dock at Vigor Marine Industrial in Swan Island, I believe, in the Port of Portland, right, which gave us one more chance. Now that icebreaker that's very necessary for those exploratory oil drilling missions, that icebreaker was now sitting in the Port of Portland. And so all these people got together and came up with this plan that they were going to put danglers from the bridge, right, people with and we were going to put kayaks in the river, and we had to stop that freaking the icebreaker. Spoiler alert, we did. We saved the North Pole. We saved the effing North Pole. Now, here's the problem, though. It's melting more, and there's still going to eventually be exploratory drilling up there. But we generated enough media attention that Shell pulled out the deal. Shell pulled out the deal, just like Nestle pulled out the deal. It's crazy, bro. I did all that shit. All that shit. Never once put on a black mask. Never once put on a black hat. Never once wore black jeans in my life, bro. I never wore black jeans in my life. But you know, when you're a real revolutionary like me, like I don't want to swear on your show, but I'm the real freaking deal. Like you're never gonna hear my story change. You're never gonna hear a detail change. You're never gonna hear me sometimes say I sometimes like cops or sometimes, or you're never gonna hear me say I have a favorite politician. Nothing like that. Nothing like that. I'm the real fucking revolutionary, right? And so that's why I had to move out of Portland, because there's no real revolutionaries left there. A real revolutionary goes to city council as much as he's in the streets. A real revolutionary creates sustainable models as much as he's in the streets. A real revolutionary does charity work and volunteerism as much as he's in the streets. Those motherfuckers walking around with signs, those are protest rats. They're paid protest rats. Now, are they directly paid? Do they take cash, or do they protest for fucking cigarettes and beer and cocaine? Because that's big in the community, right? But how do you think everybody's protesting for 7 days in a fucking row? They're all methed out, and the fucking higher ranking ones are on fucking cocaine. Right? That's what that whole shit downtown was. Motherfuckers was bringing the drugs in from the fucking prison gangs through the bike path homeless people to the fucking streets of downtown, and the fucking activist community was protecting the fucking drug trade so they could all stay strung out, telling everybody, oh, we're eating ribs. It's about ribs. Wow, it was a gigantic fucking Democrat-fueled fucking drug fucking organization. And here's the thing. Motherfuckers know, not me. I'm talking the authorities. You don't have to worry about me knowing. I'll never testify. I skipped out on a fucking subpoena. Let me tell you this story. So, for those who don't know, I earned a lot of my stripes being a live streamer, because I will take a live stream camera in places that other people won't go, like deep into a homeless camp or into the middle of a riot. And I've been pepper sprayed a lot of times, and I still managed to mostly record. Right before I came back to Hawaii, I was subpoenaed to testify as an expert witness, as a live streamer who's been pepper sprayed a bunch of times, that it's still possible to live stream while you're pepper sprayed, because this girl had been pepper sprayed. The cops' argument was, well, if she was pepper sprayed, she couldn't have kept live streaming. And so the defense was, well, Jessie Sponberg does it. So I told those people, I was like, bro, that lady ain't Jessie Sponberg.
Yeah.
I'm not going to go testify on behalf of that shit, because no, I feel like it's an insult, really, because no, it hurts to get pepper sprayed. All right. So since I will never testify and you never have to worry about me, the people you do have to worry about are people like Jess Haddon from the Portland Intelligencer. Good people who were accused of terrible shit by terrible people who got ran off. But guess what? They got all the receipts. They got all the receipts. They know who pays who works with who, all the messages. People like Benjamin Carinza, that's a good fucking dude. And he got ran all the way out of activism. Why do all these good people get ran out of activism? I'm going to tell you, because they stumble upon the same thing that I stumbled upon, which is they work for the cops, bro. They work for the bad guys. They are not the good guys, right? Just because I call the name of my gang the anti-pot gang doesn't mean shit. The name of your shit doesn't mean shit. But when you're out there destroying your community, destroying minority businesses in underrepresented communities, when you're standing outside lecture halls trying to stop people's speech, when you're threatening people who write books and telling them that books can't come out, that is fascism, bro. And I'm going to tell you real quick before we move on to whatever else you want to talk about, because, bro, I would really rather talk about aliens and fucking quantums and probability shrinking and shit like that, right? But I'm gonna tell you, this is how you figure out if you're really anti-fascist or if you're just a protest rat that likes to smoke cigarettes, right? Did you take a 4-year vacation when Joe Biden became president? And thrust us into a fascist society, right? Where people were ordered to stay in their homes, schools were closed, small businesses were closed, without a comprehensive protocol, right? Lives were destroyed mentally. People still died. They lied. They tried to lock up their political opponent. They influenced corrupt judges and corrupt district attorneys. We were funding Azov, Banderite, neo-Nazis from Ukraine. We were funding Zionist fucking colonizers in Israel. We were censoring people on social media platforms. All of those things is real fascism. That's real fascism, right? If you took a 4-year fucking break while Joe Biden was the president, you're not anti-fascist. You're a fucking Democrat. You're a clown. You're a fucking turd whose pants are too skinny. You fucking smell like BO. And that stupid nose ring thing is fucking stupid as fuck. And your little fucking poser ass earring is stupid as fuck. And check the record. Check the record. I didn't just wake up and decide to do this because they're all about to go to prison on racketeering and RICO charges and domestic terrorism charges, right? I'm not just saying that to create distance, man. I always run those people off because their goal is not activism. Their goal is not a better society. Their goal is not dialogue or listening or finding some kind of measured utopia that we can all coexist in, no matter how many coexist stickers they got. They want you fucking dead, bro. They want you dead if you don't believe in the cult of whatever they believe in this week, right?
Right.
4 years ago was Black Lives Matter. Now they don't give a shit about black people. Now they moved on to the Mexicans, and now they moved on to the transgenders, right? And in 4 years, they'll dump those people for the next fucking identity politic, fake victimhood, right? I mean, I swear to God, I was going to wake up this morning and just get all those people out of my life. Listen, for the record, I voted for Joe Biden. I did. I voted for Obama. I voted for Jill Stein. I voted for Al Gore back in the day. I'm a Democrat-style dude. I'm not a Democrat, but I'm absolutely not a fucking Republican, dude, right? I can't fix cars. I don't hunt. The only guns I have is for shooting people, not animals, right? Like I'm not a Republican dude. I don't have none of their values, but I tell you this, I absolutely hate the Democrats.
Dude,
and you know what? They've never apologized, bro. They never apologized for lying about Biden's brain. They never apologized for lying about Hunter Biden's laptop. They never apologized for Hillary Clinton. They never apologized for Anthony Weiner. They never apologized for Biden sniffing and touching and fondling little kids. They never apologized for flooding the country with known and convicted violent offenders, like real violent people that are now committing crimes in the United States, right? They never apologized for none of it. You know, when I was done, I'm gonna tell you something. I never told nobody this before. Last year, I saw a man in a dog mask at some pride event, standing in a kiddie pool, and another man in a dog mask was peeing on him. And they were all wearing fetish shit, right? And there's a little boy. There's a little boy standing right next to those people, like just walking by, trying to live his life. Turn and had to watch two men pretending to be dogs pissing on each other in a fucking kiddie pool. And I was like, I'm done. I'm not a religious person. I didn't grow up religious. I've maybe been to church 20 times in my whole life, all by invite, right? But as a journalist, bro, you better make fucking peace with Jesus. You better make peace just to be on the safe side, right? Just to be on the safe side, because you know what I'm gonna tell you, we have people in this world that do not have souls, and they will tell you, bro. They will tell you if you say, "Hey, are you going to heaven when you die, or what's happening to you?" They'll say, "My body returns to the earth, and my energy returns to infinity," or whatever. Yeah, bro. If you had a soul, you wouldn't answer like that. You'll say, "No, I have an intelligent soul that whispers in the back of my head and helps me navigate this world through my holographic avatar, right? Like, that's what your answer would be if you had a soul. But if you don't, you say, energy cannot be disappeared. It returns to the universe. Like, you soulless demon vampire fuck, get out of my face, get out of my life, stay away from children. All right. And that doesn't come from religion. That comes from journalism. That comes from pattern recognition. That comes from having eyes to see and ears to hear. Okay, brother, where are we at now?
Yeah. Shit everywhere, man. Dude, I had to fucking distance myself from the fucking wrestling world for the same kind of shit, dude. Like,
yeah, tell me.
Dude, there were so many fucking people, just even, well, I won't even go back to whatever with the COVID and all that shit. With, you know, with all that was a whole thing. But then, dude, there were so many people that were fucking pedophiles and shit that were fucking in there, and so many people that were just like shielding these people, like fucking, like, and then I'd get fucking yelled at for calling them out, and I got fucking blackballed for that shit, dude. Like, I got fucking thrown out, like, but then, like, I've distanced myself as much as I can. I should fucking even like take off a lot of that stuff, dude. There were so many, dude, like everywhere. Like, the Northwest was just fucking filled with them, dude. Like, in 15 years, I bet there were definitely over 10 in the Northwest. Probably closer to 15. It was pretty close to about maybe 1 or 2 a year. It seemed like it was fucking all the time. And then you'd have people fucking, you know, like, dude, don't fucking, you know, say anything, or, you know, don't fucking get like, oh, dude, I don't know, man. It was like, I've eventually decided to say, fuck it, dude. I don't want to be booked, and I don't want to be like associated with this shit anymore, man. I need it out, man. And like, luckily I'm on the other side of the country, but dude, like, there was just so much fucking gnarly shit with that. And then same with comedy. And it was the safe space places, dude. These places that are like, oh, dude, yeah, everything's all cool. We accept everybody. Dude, you should not fucking accept everybody. You should have a fucking vetting system. Like, that vetting system is there for a reason. Like, dude, you got fucking wolves in sheep's clothing coming in there, and that's what it was, dude. It's like, yeah, dude, we love this person because they're so accepting of everyone. And I'm like, dude, watch out for this person. This person is bad fucking news. And it's like, no, dude, they're good. And it's like, okay, well, and then who fucking comes out, dude? And it's this fucking person. Like, yeah, I could have fucking told you that. Like, I was saying that shit.
All those people's days are numbered. You know, the government right now is using technology that is closer to Minority Report than anybody wants to admit, right? We're now doing like pre-crime. And it's another example of the government giving us a problem, the people begging for a solution, and then the solution being worse than the problem, right? Like, right. Oh, how do we stop these crimes? How do we stop these shootings? How do we stop these random attacks? Well, it's full-time surveillance is what it is. It's having the AI robots scouring the internet 100% of the day and night, relentlessly and tirelessly, just scraping for keywords and phrases and drawing connections. That's the thing. That was why it was so important for me to sever a lot of my connections, man. And I'm still doing it even this week. This week, I just had to tell one of my very best friends in the world, bro, I got to give you space, because the things that you're saying right now on the internet are making you a hub, right? And so what they do is they find out one dude's a hub, then he talks to another dude, then they find that dude's a hub, and that dude, then they triangulate the third person. Right now, they click in every relationship that goes. And it's not just you, it's your mom, your dad, your neighbors, everybody, right? The robots are tireless. They won't just like, oh, wow, he looks cool. No, they're going to read every message. Elon Musk owns all of Twitter. he said, we own all the messages that were ever sent on there. The president himself, fuck that guy, but he's doing what everybody or what he told everybody he was going to do. He says we caught them all, right? I mean, I don't know if people realize this, but a lot of people are about to go to fucking jail for a lot of shit, man. And I'm not the tiniest bit like, fuck, if two people you really hate get in a fight with each other, you just hope they beat the fuck out of each other as much as you can, right?
Right.
And the only thing that you hope that can be preserved in the middle of all that is the integrity of the American uh, judicial process, right? Which is, we already know that's a sham, but let's try, like when we're on a public, like when we're on a stage, let's try to at least not have corrupt DAs and corrupt judges working in coordination with politicians that want to stay in office by using fascist tactics to jail their political opponent, right? Or to get the mug shot. You know, all of these things are terrible because they're done in the darkness. But so long as these things are done in the light, they're done with integrity, and they're done with like full transparency of paperwork and of evidence, and I'm okay with people getting arrested for treason, for domestic terrorism, for threatening, for, you know, like, I'm a criminal minded person, but I'm also a man with deep integrity, right? So while I would forgive you for stealing from Walmart, I won't forgive you for breaking the window out of an Asian store, right? Or a black
Yeah.
owned hair business or something, right? And I see that a lot. And I know who these people are. One thing you got to know about being Jessie Sponberg, everybody's in my inbox, bro. I know all the secrets, even not being home. I know so much fucking dirt. I know so much shit about so many people. And you know what? Even when I was back home, I would still get hit up by newspapers and shit, right? Like the Willamette Week or the Mercury or whatever. They'd be like, "Hey Jesse, you got a quote for this story we're working on?" And so what I'm gonna tell you that, well, me telling you that leads me to telling you that they know, they know that these activists are being funded by the labor unions, the U.S. aid money, the NGOs. Same with the kids that are being trafficked from the border. That was all NGOs. You know, for those who don't know what an NGO is, it's a non-government organization, which is basically like a civilian or private organization that operates under the umbrella of the government and receives funding from the government, and therefore is an extension of the government into the private sector, public life, whatever. And they're supposed to usually be doing charity work, right? It's usually supposed to be like some altruistic endeavor, but it's always shady shit, right? Like help the children. Oh, great. Yeah, you're actually trafficking children. Nice name, right? Um, so uh knowing that they have the paperwork, knowing that they have the messages, knowing that they have the self admissions of people, right?
Yeah.
Like knowing that they have the people that have made threats. You know, right after the election, most of these people that are involved went on TikTok and did this viral trend called cute winter boots, right? And they that was instead of saying the word,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
Cute winter boots. They'd say, "Oh, I got a size 357 cute winter boots," or "I got my size is M16 or whatever," right? And they
Yeah.
were all publicly expressing the fact that they were going to start shooting ICE people, Homeland Security people, people with red hats, anybody they don't fucking like. Um, they admitted to terrorism, so now it's just a matter of the executive order to brand those people as terrorists, and then just going and doing it, just going and doing it, and it's about to happen. Like I told you, motherfuckers, last year. I told you last year, if you didn't have a what is that a primary, if the Democrats didn't have a primary and they tried to force the world to vote for either Joe Biden or Kamala Harris, that the orange dude was going to fucking win the election, and he was going to put everybody in jail. And everybody laughed at me. Everybody laughed at me. Now here we are. Right? All the shit that I saw coming up the road is here. The mark of the beast system is coming, right? Next year, you won't even have passwords to sign into your medical systems. Everything will be biometrics. The AI will know everything about you. Your doctors will now know everything about you, which means the governments will now know everything about you through projects like Planeteer and Oracle, right? Like we are right now in the last like 4 pages of the Bible. We're literally in the last couple of pages of the Bible. Do you know about the Leviathan, Rusty?
Somewhat.
Are you hip to the Leviathan at Drake's Passage right now?
No, not
the sea monster. Okay, we're gonna go to a commercial right now, and when we come back, let's switch it up a little bit. I'm tired of talking about all the terrible stuff. Let's talk about the crazy shit, bro. Let's talk about the pterodactyls. Let's talk about the people they just found that don't have any matching DNA anybody on the planet, and they found them in the Sahara Desert, and they lived there while the Sahara Desert was green. Let's talk about Thoth, the Atlantean, who taught us about the halls of Amenti being underneath the pyramids, and they just recently figured that out. Like, I don't know how much time you got, Rusty. Do you
I don't fucking care. We can go.
Want to have me back as a guest again, a different time to talk about all that shit?
We can start talking about it now, or we can. Okay. I can bring you back.
Let's see.
We can.
How long is your show usually?
About 45 minutes. So yeah, we can fucking do another time.
Let's pick me another day.
Okay, cool.
I don't know what day it is today. I really don't know what day it is.
I don't either, man.
I think it's Wednesday or Thursday. I think it's Wednesday or Thursday, but I could come on next week and we could talk about the Leviathan. But I'm gonna tell you real quick: the Leviathan is a monster from the Bible that lived on Earth before it was Leviathan and Behemoth. And in the Bible, God destroyed them and put them to sleep on the earth. Well, if you go to Google Earth right now, you can see the Leviathan. You can go to Google Earth satellite and look at the bottom of South America, between South America and Antarctica, and you will see a fucking giant dragon's head, bro. You'll see it. You will fucking see it. Just like go Google Earth or Google Maps, whatever. Scroll to South America, put it on satellite, scroll up a little bit right there at Drake's Passage between Antarctica and the bottom, right there, dragon's head. Here's the thing. I learned about it last year on TikTok. It was really, really underground, but this one dude wouldn't leave it alone, and he was in my For Yous, and so I started following him, and so we're watching the Leviathan. Then one day, it's head tilts. It's fucking head tilts. Okay. Then I don't hear about the Leviathan for like a whole year. Then
we got too fucking wild. Shit got real. I'm not sure what happened, but I can talk for a minute. Could that be my internet? Possibly. I don't fucking know. Could it be his internet? I don't fucking know. All I know is we got too real, man. They don't want us talking about the Leviathan. What the fuck you gonna do? That's too real. This is actually how the fucking episode should end. So if you need to, check out Jessie Sponberg. You can search it, JESSIE-SPONBERG, or you can go to Fruity Puppy, which is what he was talking about earlier, and that is fruitypuppy.com. Just like I said, just like I spelled. So easy. And so that's what's going on. Because that's how it needs to end. Like, he just needs to be like cut off. It's like, dude said too much shit and it got too real. So we had to give him the boot. So thank you everybody for being here on the Rusty Diamond Podcast Network. And find me, rustydiamond.net. That has everything. Worldclasscustoms.com. If you want stuff for your action figures, I don't know. Maybe you do, because you should. Or you can go to hypnosisisgreat.com. And that's what's up. And that is the yeehaw. And that is the show. Man. Boom.
It's Rusty Diamond, motherfucker. It's Rusty Diamond, motherfucker.